On the Come Up, presented by Micaiah Brown. On the Come Up is a fictional young adult novel written by a bestseller author, Angie Thomas. The main characters in the story are Bree, who is a 16-year-old aspiring rapper who is also the protagonist of the story. Trey, who is Bree's 22-year-old brother who is extremely smart and does well in school. Jay is Bree and Trey's mother, who left them to their grandparents after she became addicted to drugs. Then she comes back sober and works and lives with her children. Auntie Pooh, who is Bree's maternal aunt, who is also a drug dealer who never needs for anything. Supreme is a manager of rap artists who gets involved with Bree's rapping career. What's it about? This story is set in the community of Garden Heights, which is in the city Jackson, Missouri. The main conflict in the story is when two white racist male security guards throw Bree on the floor, assuming she was a drug dealer, which then happened at her own school, Midtown School of Arts. When you grow up in the not-so-best area in the city you're from, when you are labeled as a hoodlum because of your family and how your family is viewed by others, since you grew up having a crack addict mother, a dead father who was a gangbanger, and a rapper, and an aunt who was also a drug dealer, how would you feel? When you are labeled as the troublemaker of your school and getting racially profiled walking down the halls of your own school that you're supposed to feel safe at, how do you feel? Bree starts to write all her frustrations and feelings and emotions that she's feeling at the time down in her notebook as words, as lyrics. These lyrics then turn into songs, and these songs then lead her into gaining even more hate than she's ever had before. Would I recommend this book? Yes, I would. I would recommend this book because it is a story that we see or hear about in the movies and or even the mainstream media. From rappers that we all know today, like Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Snoop Dogg, and others. It's not quite like their stories because she's a black female trying to make it in the music industry, like Queen Latifah or Nicki Minaj. I also think people should read this book because it is very much connected to the struggles and tribulations that Black communities go through, especially this book shows what it is like growing up as a young Black woman in present-day society and what that means and looks like to them. The young girl in the book battles a lot throughout her life, and it just shows how strong she is, but it also shows the systems of oppressions that are placed and forced upon Black communities. A quote that I think relates to this book and to her story that we've read about in Black Feminist Thought by Patricia Hill Collins is, "The image of welfare mother provides ideological justifications for intersecting oppressions of race, gender, and class. African Americans can be racially stereotyped as being lazy by blaming Black welfare mothers for failing to pass on the work ethic." I made this connection because of Bree's situation, who lives with an addict for a mother who falls into depression after her late father's passing. You see the shift in how Bree's life changes dramatically. She may have lost her father, but when she lost him, she also lost her mother, and that relationship she and her mother had would be hard to build back up again. It is hard for a child to endure and watch their parent go through something so difficult and hard. So they make the life choices to not end up like their mothers or fathers. But it is insinuating that those children will become like their parents, when we have no idea what those children will amount to in life. These were just some of the quotes that struck out to me throughout reading this book. I like these quotes because they reflect what Bree struggles with in her life and shows her being vulnerable, which you rarely see her in that state because of everything she has encountered in her life. Not only that, but it also shows you that she is a teenager, and these are the times when she is questioning herself and the people around her a lot more, and she is able to notice a lot more than before because of her age. Thank you for listening to my book talk, and I hope you enjoyed it, and you go out and buy this book, On the Come Up by Angie Thomas.